Not only is Meghan Markle now clearly pimping out her children against the wishes of her own husband, she's actually breaking the rules of the social media giants who she constantly criticizes for exploiting children. You could not make this up.
Meghan Markle humiliated, and we all know about cancellation if you call Jeremy Kyle or Rupert, but entertaining, wasn't it, Rupert?
Was credibly accused, and you know, the Times story broke. I believe they dropped him. And I don't know why they would revisit a client like a Meghan Markle.
You can file this one under insanity because somehow Meghan Markle's new Netflix show has been linked on Instagram to a child ABUSE warning. You couldn't make this shiz up even if you tried.
There was another drop of the same video because of social media criticism that it wasn't actually 4-year-old Lily filming. And so we got this one from a new angle where you could apparently hear the poor child gasping in the background.
Meghan Markle isn't trying to promote something.
Yes, it's something, yeah, herself, usually. Now, in a minute, we'll get to the fact that Harry is in London at the moment.
Who have done some incredible work on this, and we'll come to their big revelation in just one moment, have juxtaposed the entire horrendous video with Meghan's own words to Jamie Kern-Lima to prove what a catastrophic liar and fraud Markle really is.
This is the kind where Meghan has skipped the work, she skipped the strategy, she skipped the structure, and assumed that marrying a prince will automatically catapult you to the very top. No, that's not a shortcut. That is the freefall that we are all currently watching.
Prince Harry was in court today on the verge of tears, saying UK tabloids are making Meghan Markle's life an absolute misery. Meanwhile, Netflix seems to have canceled season 3 of With Love Meghan.
Meghan Markle is facing renewed online scrutiny after a recent Instagram post sparked debate around platform safety rules, particularly those involving children.
This time we were told that their 4-year-old daughter was behind the camera, that this innocent child was filming her parents in what can only be described as an intimate, inappropriate display. And let me be crystal clear about something. That claim is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Any parent knows that a 4-year-old child doesn't have the steadiness, the technical ability, or frankly the interest in filming a 35-second video of their parents dancing in that manner. The response from intelligent observers was immediate and damning. People pointed out the obvious, that normally parents film their children having fun, not the other way around. There's something fundamentally wrong with the entire setup. If you're trying to prove how in love and happy you are, why do you need your 4-year-old child to film it? Why does everything have to be performed for public consumption? Why can't anything remain private and sacred?
This unfolded during the same week reports surfaced that Netflix decided not to move forward with her show.
What I can chime in on, and I do know a little bit more on, is the ratings of With Love Meghan. They have cratered amidst reports it won't return for season 3. Aha! Meghan with Love Meghan, the lifestyle series fronted by Meghan, did not cook up much following in the second half of 2025. The series, which landed its second season on August 26, was viewed only 2 million times in the last 4 months. Dude, I have more than that in a month on YouTube, and like, that's crazy. That's crazy how much she got paid versus what I get paid with way more millions of views. I'm more popular than Meghan when it comes to content. I'm happy to say that. Can we all celebrate that? That's pretty epic. It was a 1,217th most watched title on Netflix, yikes, over the second half of the year. That's low, man, per the What We Watch data dump. The show's special With Love holiday celebration fared slightly better, coming in at 1,015 on the list with 2.4 million views. All this comes amid reports that Netflix has canceled the show. New York Post suggested earlier today that With Love Meghan will not have a third season on the streamer, but that there have been conversations about more holiday specials. Netflix declined to comment. I do believe that.
While Prince Harry was also overseas attending a legal hearing in London related to privacy concerns.
It looks like this video has broken the very serious rules of Meta, so she should actually be booted off Instagram and Facebook now. We will come to that. But it gets worse. Absolutely it does. And by the way, I stand by every word of our reporting. Now, of course, the dance itself was highly choreographed and Harry was miserable, absolutely miserable. And as you can see here, We have seen this exact dance before.
The timing alone raised eyebrows, but the bigger issue centers on Instagram's strict child safety policies.
Meghan now exploits her personal life based on our revelations about what she's really doing. According to Taz posted, normally parents film their children having fun, not the other way around. There's no way a 4-year-old Lily filmed this, trying to prove how in love and happy they are still. We should be grateful she wasn't twerking this time. Revealing her actions, Princess Carparkle added Meghan Markle saw the online chatter about how ridiculous it is for us to believe that a 4-year-old filmed their awful wedding dance. So she uploaded another small clip with the girl's voice behind it. You have to do better than that, Markle. I still don't believe a 4-year-old filmed that. And if you'd let a child film you straddling your husband, that's weird. The prove it game? Again? Yet it proves nothing. It doesn't prove she filmed that 35-second video, just that perhaps she was there. Markle is so thin-skinned, I don't think social media or public life is a good choice for her.
Meta, the company that owns Instagram and Facebook, enforces firm rules designed to protect minors, especially in situations involving adult content that could be considered intimate or suggestive in nature.
To prove the misery, just look at these pictures of Harry's face. And of course, he wouldn't be happy, would he? Because this was anything but classy. But here's how Hello Magazine decides to sell it. The Duchess of Sussex hopped on the 2016 train, sharing a sweet throwback moment from her life with Prince Harry. Meghan posted a romantic video filmed by daughter Princess Lilibet of the couple dancing barefoot on the lawn of their Montecito home, followed by a nostalgic snap from Botswana taken 10 years ago on their third date. When 2016 feels just like 2016, when 2026 feels just like 2016, you had to be there, she wrote.
According to Meta's public guidelines, content can be restricted or removed if it involves a minor in the creation of footage that includes intimate behavior between adults. This applies even when the child does not appear on camera. Enforcement decisions are typically made using a combination of automated systems and human review.
That's exactly why they have this crusade, and we just see again, it's just all lies just to protect themselves.
And of course, total usual story, Brittany. Harry jumps on the plane and we see ever more of the two children who he doesn't believe should be posted on social media at all. This is the specific video that really does pretty much reveal Archie. Watch. Well, you remember him quite clearly saying in the podcast late last year, children should not be on Instagram whatsoever and parents are irresponsible if they do so. Well, there's your wife.
Yes, and she did it as soon as he was in the UK or as soon as he was in the air. The kids were all over social media all of a sudden. It's complete and utter hypocrisy. And honestly, what was the point of any of that? Because obviously the zoo day, and so it wasn't close to them at all. And so obviously all these happened on different days. And she just had to post them all at once. It's like, why? What is the purpose? What is the point? And we are in the Instagram era overall of being consistent in your posting, actually having a purpose to your posting.
The controversy stems from Meghan's statement that a short video showing her and Prince Harry embracing was filmed by their 4-year-old daughter, Lilibet. In the clip, the adults appear affectionate, while fully clothed, and the child is not visible. However, the claim that a minor recorded the footage has led some commentators to question whether the post aligns with Meta's safety standards. Observers have also noted technical details in the video.
Prince Harry broke down in big boy tears as he gave some testimony today in his lawsuit against the Daily Mail, claiming that they have made his wife's life an absolute misery. Well, Harry, I'm sorry. Why does that have any bearing on this case at all? You're talking about articles that were written between 2001 and 2013, 3 years before you allegedly met your wife. So what does Meghan have anything to do with this trial?
The camera remains steady throughout, with consistent framing at adult height. There is no visible movement typically associated with a young child holding a phone. This has led to speculation that the footage may have been recorded using a fixed surface or by an adult, rather than handheld by a child.
Prove something. Prove that you're enough. Prove that you're pretty enough. You prove that you're smart enough. You prove that you're a good wife or a good friend. And I was like, I am just so done with the prove it game. Yes. When you get to the place where you feel I don't have to prove anything to you anymore. I don't have to prove that I'm a good person. I don't have to prove to you that I'm a good wife or mom or friend. I don't have to prove that I work hard. And it can be really freeing when you stop playing the prove it game. You're proving nothing to anyone other than to yourself.
She's a joke. She's an absolute joke. Julia Unleashed had a very good point. Meghan Markle is essentially saying Prince Harry is hers. She's using this video to send a message to critics that they are locked in forever. I wonder if she thinks this video is cute, because it genuinely isn't. Her body type is very unusual and, in my opinion, unattractive. But there's actually a much more serious side to this story, which the MSM has completely missed as ever, but it has been revealed by our friend Nancy Sidley of Twin Talks. Check this out. Meghan Markle is in some trouble now. This is the Meta rules. Meta has a very strict child protection policy. You would think Harry would have a problem with this. And this was the response from AI to the video posted, whether it was appropriate, on Instagram. And here's what ChatGPT concluded. This would be very risky and very likely to be restricted or removed. Here's why, based on what I can see in the image. 2 adults are embracing. The woman's leg is wrapped around the man's body. It was filmed by a minor 4-year-old girl. That detail makes this much more serious. Under Meta's rules, this is not just borderline anymore. It becomes clearly disallowed content. Why this changes everything? Meta has a zero tolerance policy for any sexual or sexually suggestive content that involves a minor, including content created, filmed, or contextualized by a child. Even if, and here's the key point, the child is not in the frame, the adults are clothed. There is no explicit sex.
Additionally, some viewers have pointed out that the movements in the video resemble choreography the couple has previously performed at public events, suggesting the moment may have been planned rather than spontaneous. While none of this proves a policy violation, it explains why the post has drawn attention and discussion online. At this time, there has been no public confirmation from Meta regarding any enforcement action. The situation remains a matter of online debate rather than an established ruling, but it highlights how closely high-profile figures are scrutinized when it comes to platform rules and child safety standards. Presenting the video as a candid moment filmed by a toddler raises questions for many viewers, especially when the technical details don't seem to match that explanation. The framing, stability, and timing of the clip have led some to view it as intentionally produced rather than spontaneous, which makes the situation feel ironic given recent public statements. In a recent interview, Meghan said she was finished with the idea of proving anything to the public and no longer felt the need to perform or explain herself. Yet critics argue that this video appears to do the opposite, projecting a polished image of togetherness and happiness at a time when public scrutiny is unusually high. After online criticism focused on the filming claim, a second video was shared that included background audio said to feature a child's voice. While that detail was meant to address doubts, it did little to change how the footage itself appears to have been captured. For many observers, the issue was never about sound, but about how carefully staged the moment seemed from the start. At the same time, professional pressures appear to be mounting. Netflix has confirmed it will not continue the With Love Meghan series, following weak performance metrics. Publicly available rankings showed the show placing far outside Netflix's top-viewed content, with total viewership far below what the platform typically sees from successful originals. To put that in context, many independent online creators regularly reach similar or higher view counts without the backing of a major streaming service. Compared to Netflix projects that attract tens of millions of viewers, the gap was significant, raising questions about long-term viability rather than short-term optics. Netflix has stated that a first-look arrangement with the Sussexes still exists, but industry analysts often describe such deals as low commitment. They allow a platform to review ideas without guaranteeing funding or production. In practice, it can signal caution rather than confidence. Beyond Netflix, several other ventures tied to the Sussex brand have gone quiet, including podcasting and lifestyle projects that were once heavily promoted. When multiple revenue streams stall at once, speculation naturally grows about financial pressure, even if exact figures remain unconfirmed. This context has fueled debate about Meghan's increased sharing of family-centered content online.
Catherine last year, post-cancer, posted a really sweet picture of herself in the woods, and she looks just so carefree and full of hope and joy, and thankful that she was in remission. And underneath that, the caption where she's talking about spending more time outside and being grateful for her health, she credits Prince Louis as taking the photo. It's just another example of Meghan Markle. When she's not wearing the skin of Diana, she's competing with the Princess of Wales, Catherine, and trying to tell us that her 4-year-old is the videographer behind the magic. It's just her desperate to cosplay as the Princess of Wales.
Some commentators have noticed a pattern where personal moments are posted during periods when Prince Harry is traveling or involved in legal matters abroad. Supporters see this as harmless family sharing, while critics argue it blurs the line between privacy and publicity. The discussion has also resurfaced due to the couple's past advocacy around protecting children from online harm. They previously supported initiatives focused on social media safety, which makes any perceived inconsistency more noticeable to critics, even if intentions remain private. So adding to the emotional weight of the situation are reports concerning Meghan's father, Thomas Markle, who is said to be facing serious health challenges overseas. While family relationships are complex and deeply personal, the contrast between public social media content and private family hardship has intensified public conversation. As with much surrounding the Sussexes, the debate continues to divide audiences. What some view as normal sharing, others see as strategic timing. For now, the story reflects less about definitive conclusions and more about how perception, timing, and visibility collide when public figures navigate personal and professional pressure at the same time.
Silliness, and of course, much like Meghan in the sort of baby mama dance, what she does is she lets it go on too long. Like, she should have stopped the baby mama dance before she started grinding and twerking on the floor, but instead she let it go on. Here, she should have ended it before she wrapped her legs around her husband, and it does come across as really strange that you're trying to do these sexual things in many ways in front of your daughter. It's like, why? Just keep some things private. And that's the whole thing. Harry is fighting a privacy case in the UK, and the person who violates his privacy the most and the privacy of his children is his wife. No one else. It's not the media. It's his wife. And it's just absolutely despicable, unnecessary for them to do. And he looked miserable at the beginning, as if this was an absolute chore that he was forced to do so Meghan could have a video that she could post.
Critics argue that posting highly intimate content online to reassure strangers about the state of a marriage sends a message of insecurity rather than confidence. For many viewers, it raised questions about priorities and judgment, especially given everything else happening at the same time. While this was unfolding online, Prince Harry was in a London courtroom pursuing legal action against the Daily Mail over alleged invasions of privacy. His case centers on claims that unlawful information gathering caused lasting emotional damage and deeply affected his personal relationships. The contrast has not gone unnoticed. On one hand, Harry is arguing that media intrusion harmed his life and mental well-being. On the other, his household continues to share personal images and moments publicly through social media. Commentators have pointed out that this tension complicates the narrative around privacy, even if the legal case itself focuses on past actions by the press. Some legal analysts have suggested that extensive voluntary sharing online can weaken public perception of privacy claims, even if it does not automatically invalidate them in court. The situation highlights how personal branding and legal strategy can clash when public visibility is constant. At the same time, senior members of the royal family were reportedly in Scotland, far from London, with no indication of meetings or reconciliation efforts. Observers interpret this distance as symbolic, though family dynamics are ultimately private and complex. The comparison to other royal figures has also fueled discussion. When the Princess of Wales shares family moments, they are typically presented sparingly and with restraint.
In court today, as he concluded an emotional testimony in his lawsuit against the Daily Mail, he talked about the horrible experience. He ended his nearly 2-hour testimony in London's High Court on an emotional note, his voice breaking as he accused the UK tabloids he is suing of continuing to target him, and he said it's making his wife, Meghan Markle's life, an absolute misery. Wednesday today, the Duke of Sussex finished giving evidence in his lawsuit against the Associated Newspapers. Turning towards the judge, Harry's voice broke as he spoke about the toll of the case and the coverage surrounding it and how it's taken to his family. By standing up here and taking a stand against them, this has continued to come after me, Harry said, his voice cracking with emotion. And they have made my wife's life an absolute misery, my lord. My lord. Asked earlier about the impact of the press coverage of the years-long feud, Harry said the situation only intensified.
Supporters view that approach as deliberate and measured, reinforcing traditional expectations of public duty. This contrast has become a talking point in online commentary, framing one approach as controlled and intentional, and the other as reactive and attention-driven. Whether that assessment is fair or not, perception plays a powerful role in shaping public opinion. Looking ahead, questions remain. Will Meta take any action regarding the disputed Instagram content? There has been no official statement so far. Could the ongoing social media activity affect public trust in Harry's legal arguments? That remains to be seen. And will major media platforms revisit partnerships with the Sussexes in the future? Industry silence suggests uncertainty. What is clear is that visibility cuts both ways. Every post, every clip, and every public move adds to the narrative people form in real time. Once momentum turns negative, even well-funded public relations efforts can struggle to reverse it. Now it's over to the audience. Do you think platforms like Instagram should enforce stricter boundaries in cases involving family content? Or is this simply a matter of personal choice? Share your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe for real-time breakdowns and unfiltered commentary you won't hear anywhere else.